our guests today introduce themselves and tell us something about where they are right now.
Okay. May I start?
Yeah, go ahead, Rosalia.
Yeah. Okay. So, well, it's a pleasure to be with you here in this boat, in this trip. And well, right now I'm in Florianópolis. Florianópolis is in the state of Santa Catarina, and it's in the southern Brazil. And I'm working at Federal University of Santa Catarina.
Okay, and can you tell us a little bit about what you do, Rosie?
Okay, well, right now I teach strategic organization and advanced topics of strategy in the post-graduation program at the university and the strategic management in undergraduation. The courses are of management, the two ones. And besides, I coordinate some research projects and supervise master and doctoral students and research on all my research are considering in strategy in different topics.
I'm going to pass over to Nina, our resident pirate, with notably no hat as well, I'm saying.
Yes, I did lose my hat, so that's a bit of a problem. But yes, maybe you could tell us where and how you first encountered practice theory.
Okay, Nina. Well, a pleasure. Nice to meet you. Well, I first encountered practice theory in the end of my doctoral studies, and it's 2008. And more specifically in 2009, 2010, with the handbook of strategist practice, edited by Damon Gonsorki, Linda Rouleau, David Seidel, Irovara, and well, that was my first approach and my first contact with the theories of the practice, yeah, the strategist practice.
Yeah, very interesting. So could you, I'm sorry, I didn't want to interrupt you. But maybe you could tell us a bit more about what attracted you to practice theory, especially as a management scholar.
Yeah, I think that what attracted me the most is the possibility to explain the contributions on how the strategy or strategizing occur inside the organization, occur in daily operations at all levels of an organization, how the strategists do in their routines, yeah. So this attracted most, the possibility to explain how things are doing.
Very interesting. And could you also maybe tell us what are the main ideas that you're working with within and around practice theory?
Yeah, I work with different ideas because in this moment I have many some different projects. And the first one, I'm working with is strategizing in daily routines, how strategy is done, strategizing through narratives of practice. I'm following Linda Rouleau and Langley and the theories of narratives of practice. I'm working with open strategizing. So open strategizing, I mean practices of inclusion of people and transparency of information and communication. I'm driving another study concerning sense making and sense giving organizational practices, how strategies convincing of those practices. And another line, I'm working with middle manager roles and expectations. So middle managers as a pivot of the process and practice of strategy doing. And I'm interested in paradoxes of open strategizing. So the movements of open and closure of strategy practices. As well, I'm working with strategizing and sustainability practices, looking for different environments and practices that are strategic and that make the difference in the planet, and considering projects of inclusion and environment protection. So I had an ethnographic study that you are conducting in this way. And last but not least, I'm working with grand challenges, considering collaborative responses, which imply inclusion, transparency, and accountability as the way to face all these changes. Yeah, is this.
Yeah, very interesting. Lots of different ideas, as you said, that you're working with, and I can imagine how practice theory might be really useful in that. Yeah, with that, I'll pass it on to Elizabeth.
I'm not listening.
I haven't got my classic anthropologist hat on, but I have got a hat on. So I'm interested in kind of tribes and populations and groups of people. So I'll ask you in a minute about this world of strategy and practice, and which you're obviously part of. But before I get going there, I mean, I'm not in the management field or organisation studies, but I could do with knowing a bit more about these ideas, and also the exact sites that you're working in, because it would make it clearer to our listeners, I think. But is there more to strategy as practice than a simple focus on doing? Because maybe that's what you take from practice theory. That's maybe all. So two things: is there more to it than that? And second, what are the exact sites that you're working on?
Well, I coordinate. I don't know if this is the right answer, if I understand the question. But I work with two different research groups. In fact, I coordinate strategizing social practices and process. This is an institutional research group. It involves different universities here in Brazil, and we are in touch with Colombia, IAFIT, the University of Colombia. And I coordinate another research group. It is strategy management and sustainability, and with the, let me see, it's in Portuguese, Fundação Dom Cabral. It's Dom Cabral Foundation. It's another institution in Brazil. And I'm interested in studying more about paradox theories, and so I'm just part of a literature reading group. Yeah.
Okay. Yep. So you're connected, very well connected in that field.
Yeah, yeah. And you are trying to.
Yeah.
The idea is to get stronger, in quotation marks, and South America. So you are promoting some meetings and some webinars involving. Inviting people from UK, Violet Splitter, Richard Whittington, that are last year took part with webinars with us.
Sounds pretty thriving. So before we need to move on, we would like you to give us a souvenir, something to remember this trip by. Do you have something for us?
I think in something. I think that when you're in a ship, in a big ship, you need a small boat to
a lifeboat, maybe.
Yeah, so
that is wonderful.
I have a small boat. Yeah, it's a boat. It's a very typical souvenir from Florianópolis, because we have some islands. I mean, we are in an island, and we need the boats to go fishing and to go.
Excellent.
Go around. Excellent. Yeah, near the beach.
Yeah.
So I'm going to.
Well, I think the captain will approve of that. But let's see. Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
So yes, that's absolutely excellent. So we've got our main boat, and now we've got a little boat as well. And where do you think we should go next? So is there somebody else on the map of practice theory enthusiasts around the world that you'd like us to visit?
Well, I'd like to suggest you to visit my colleague at Fundação Dom Cabral. It is Professor Maria Elisa Brandão Bernardes. I don't know if it's possible. I'm going to send you the I don't know if it is specifically in the map, yeah?
On the map yet? No, but you can send us the details and we can make sure they're on the map.
Yeah, and Maria Elisa was, I don't know how to say, a student of Linda Rouleau. She took her doctoral studies in Montreal in Canada. So I think it's a great contribution to this trip, you know, this
Great.
goals.
Well, that's been an excellent trip to Brazil. I'm not quite sure where we'll be heading off to next, but very, very nice to learn about what you're up to and the practice theory strategy. Well, a lot of activity, actually. Yeah. Okay. So thank you.
I say thank you for you all.
Thank you, and thanks for the boat. I'm really happy about the boat.
Thank you.